All right, so I am here with Bonnie Gordon, who is here promoting her new parody band, Library Bards. She was also a bubbly and awesome contestant on The Quest, which was an adventure kind of Lord of the Rings meets Survivor type of show.
Yes, it was on ABC. It aired over the summer, months of like July through October-ish, and you can find it on demand. You can find it on Hulu. It was called The Quest. It was an awesome experience, and I'm just glad I got to come here and hang out with some of the Paladins and meet some of the Quest Army and some of the fans. But the new parody band I'm a part of, if any of you out there watches TBS's King of the Nerds, you might remember Xander from season 2. He was the gamer. He's fabulous. He and I decided to merge forces, and along with our friend Jake Kaufman, who's a pretty well-known video game composer, we decided to make nerdy music. We take top 40 hits off the radio and transform them into nerdtastic, geektastic parodies. Everything from The Hobbit to Star Wars to Pokemon, you name it, we're writing it.
Nice, and one of the singles was Gandalf, to the tune of Shake It Off.
Yeah.
So that one's definitely The Hobbit related. And then what was the...
There's another one that we did that was, a lot of parodies came out to this song, all about that bass, and a lot of them were also sci-fi related. There was an All About That Space, Love Tribbles, All About That Bass, No Rebels that came out with Team Unicorn. Ours is completely different. We try and put every sci-fi show imaginable into that one. Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, Firefly, you name it, we got it in that. All About That Space, No Tribbles. You can find them both on iTunes, both songs, The Hobbit, Gandalf song, as well as All About That Space. The difference between our parody music and some other nerd parody bands out there is that instead of using, karaoke tracks or something like that, we actually have Jake Kaufman compose us an entire orchestra. So our All About That Space song has like a full John Williams-esque orchestra in the background, as well as a cantina band in the chorus. And I mean, we try and make it as full and epic as possible.
Sweet. So do you play any instruments as well, or just sing?
I do, actually. I do play the piano. I play guitar quite a bit. I'm learning the ukulele, but mostly piano. Piano would be my main instrument besides singing. Sorry if I have a lisp. I just got fangs made at this con, so if everyone's listening to me speak and saying, "Wow, she has a lisp," I'm wearing vampire fangs right now, and it's giving me a little bit of a speech impediment.
But it looks really fierce, though, so that's cool. Yeah. So there's a lot of like LARPing, space, sci-fi, geekery, The Hobbit. There's like. Is there anything in particular that you latch onto in geekery, or are you just all about the whole lifestyle?
I'm all about that nerd. I love it. No, there's of course some things I love more than others, but for the most part, I try and put my hands in as many geek pots as possible. Does that make sense? I've always been kind of an outcast. Growing up, I was, that nerdy kid in the corner reading books all day. So I latched onto the whole love of it all. It let me escape. And now that being a nerd is so hip, which is so funny to me.
It's a way of life.
Now it's a way of life. And Xander and I are so excited that we can create music that really, appeals to the nerd in us all.
Nice. Very, very nice. Very cool. And you mentioned you've been doing a lot of conventions, either like going as a guest or as just to be in attendance and be around it. I know you had mentioned San Diego Comic-Con and stuff before. How long have you been doing those?
I've been doing cons for about 4 or 5 years now. I've always gone to smaller cons when I could, and then I also did like a Ren Fair tour back in like 07, 08 with like a little gypsy equestrian show. So I've always loved Renaissance fairs. I've always loved cons. This has been these past few years. It's been so much more fun now because I get to go as a guest and meet fans and whatnot with the Quest and with other things. I also do voiceovers. I do some voiceovers for anime and some video games and whatnot. So that's been really fun walking around cons because no one knows who I am at the moment because they wouldn't recognize my voice unless they heard me, I guess, in character. So it's kind of neat that, you know, doing voiceovers, unless you're like huge in the voiceover world, people don't recognize you. So you can just walk around as you please. After the quest, though, I started getting recognized, which is a lot of fun, meeting the fans from the Quest Army. And
Nice.
And you know, I enjoy cons a lot. In fact, Xander and I are planning to do a full con tour this year with the library bards, and pretty much jumping from con to con. We're going to hit as many as we can and promote our music, do panels, and you know, reach out to everybody.
Sweet. Is there any like video games or anime series that I might know you from?
Probably not, unless you're really big into like. I've done some English dubbing. Let's see. There's Ikitosen, which is an anime they just brought over from Japan and had English dub. I play Sojin on that. So if anyone out there watches Ikitosen, you can hear me as the cool tomboy.
Nice.
In yellow.
Nice.
Yeah, she's an awesome character. I've done a lot of villains and demons. Apparently, I'm in a video game called Demon Gaze. It's for PS Vita. PS Vita. And then another one I was in recently was Guided Fate Paradox.
Nice.
So, you know, a lot of games that are brought over from Japan that need English dubbing. I've been lucky enough to jump in and play some villains in, which is great. Really exciting.
That must be fun because you're so like bubbly and happy, and so like to be playing this totally like different alter ego where it's like you're evil and vindictive. That must really be a quite the twist for you.
It is fun. I get to be as low and evil as I can get. And because I have a low voice, I tend to get the villains or the little boys mostly. Those are mostly the characters I get to play. Little kids and stuff, totally cool. Rock on!
That's awesome. So you've done anime. So have you ever had a chance to go to attend Anime Boston?
Not yet. Most anime conventions I've attended have been on the West Coast. I'm hoping to get out here to the East Coast now that I'm able to fly a little bit more this year. I'm hoping to book a lot more over here on the East Coast and reach out to fans out this way.
Ah, well, where can we find more information about the Library Bards?
Ooh, you can find us on Facebook at Library Bards. You can find us on Twitter at The Library Bards. You can find us on Reverb Nation, Library Bards. You can find us on iTunes, Library Bards. Really, we made it really easy for people to find us. If you search YouTube, Library Bards, you'll find our first music video that we just released in December for the Hobbit video to Shake It Off. And it's called Gandalf, so you can't miss it.
Nice.
It should be the first thing that pops up if you type in Library Bards. And that's our first video. We filmed it in a day, edited it in a day, and released it in a day. We did that one really quick.
Nice.
However, we're planning on a whole much more. We're planning to release a whole bunch more this year, and we're really excited to, the more we do, the better quality and the more, people and fun cameos of nerd celebrities we can throw in there. We have a few. I'm not going to name any names, but we have a few little nerd celebrities that might be making cameos in future music videos. So we're excited.
Nice. Well, we'll have to check you out and stay tuned for updates. Awesome. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm done.